right, folks, that's the end of it. Oh, I have to recalibrate the weather vane. But other than that, I've got the roof assembly reinstalled. The horns are inside in their new frame. You can kind of see them in there. There's two of them stacked on top of each other. Yeah, got it screwed back on. Life is good. So we should be getting a quarter-hour strike here soon. Instead, we're getting the crows. But yeah, all I have to do is recalibrate the weather vane, and we're good to go. I tried setting the volume to be about the same. I ended up having to switch over to another amp. The horns were pretty loud during testing, but once you got it up to a working volume, I could really hear the amp struggling. And so I swapped it over to another amp I have in that same rack for announcements in our parking lot for the time being. We don't use that until fall. So until I can find something more suitable with enough power to run this, then I'll just run it off of that one. No big deal. But yeah, the 50 amp or 50 watt amp just isn't going to cut it. So I think this new one is 240, which is definitely enough. I mean, not mathematically enough, but it definitely puts out enough juice to get it to the level that we want for now. Once we start putting announcements and stuff through it, it's going to be a different story. But I will see what I can come up with in the meantime until fall. I got until fall to find something new, so no big deal. But there it is. So it strikes, this Carillon strikes on the hour, quarter hour, and half hour. And it also plays a concert at 10:15 a.m. At noon, it strikes the hour and then plays the national anthem. And then at 6:15 in the evening, it plays a concert as well. And the concerts are just a single song pulled randomly from a library that I have set up. So it's a whole album of German songs played on the chimes. It's just chime only. So there's no like extra organ or anything added into it. It's purely chimes. It's played on a Carillon, and I have an entire album of just German songs played on the Carillon, which was incredible to find. But this is a German festival ground, so it's only fitting. I've got a lot more music in digital form that I can put in, like the patriotic album I was playing earlier. I might swap that out on July. Maybe I'll just run it the entire month of July. I'll swap it out for the patriotic album. But I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I think we're in good shape. I've got all of the new speakers installed. They're mounted. The insert is reinforced. It's reinstalled. And the roof is back on. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull this off on my own because last time I had help. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to get the roof off. It's not heavy, it's just cumbersome. It's just way too big. It's got some heft to it, obviously, but it's not horribly heavy. But yeah, as you can see, there is a storm rolling in currently. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm going to get off the roof. But as far as this is concerned, we're in good shape. I just have to find a new amp to drive the system, which is not a huge deal. I can find something. But yeah, this is good. We're in good shape. So cool. Now I can run a mic through it without worrying about blowing out the vintage horns that I had on the other end previously. And then I also have a lunch bell. We have a team of volunteers that comes out, and they have lunch on those days. And then it's always a struggle. I mean, this is about 13 acres, this facility. And it's just hard to herd everyone inside when it's time to eat. So I'm going to set up a push button that sets off a distinct lunch bell. So that'll ring and it's going to be substantially louder than the clock, so I didn't want to blow out the horns with that. I tried playing it through the old ones before I did the upgrades or the updates here, and I could hear them suffering. They were not having a good time with that lunch bell. It's I think it's like a Rowland tone generator. I forgot exactly what it is, but it's not bells. It's like a tone, frequency tone. But I think we're in good shape now. So now that I've said that like 3 times, I think it's time to end this. But yeah, that concludes our updates to the Carillon system. Once again, this was entirely designed and engineered and built in-house by myself. This structure that I'm standing on was not designed to have this in here, but when I saw the blueprints for it and the renderings of the building, I saw this cupola and I was like, oh, I have to put a clock up there, put a Carillon in that tower. So this was actually technically retrofitted into the building. I had requested some conduit to come up into this cupola when they built it, and they never did it for me. So I had to figure that one out, getting the wire into here and then down and then into the control room. There's a rack with the amp and the drive equipment and all that fun stuff. So technically this was retrofitted onto this building. What else? Not that really makes any difference, but it's a really flexible way of doing it. This end of it is pretty much the same for all commercially built stuff. It's the head end inside the building that is all custom and proprietary to me. There's a church actually down the road that wants a Carillon installed on their sanctuary, so hopefully I can implement the same system for them. It's worked very reliably for me here for well over a year now, and I think that they should have no problem with it in their application. So I'm going to have to put together a quote and get that to them so that we can get moving. So, okay, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to get down. I still got some stuff I want to do out here before it starts pouring, so we're going to call it a day. But yeah, that concludes this little series on the DIY Carillon system. Thanks for watching.